The numerous problems that plague the Fukushima nuclear plant are far outweighing any progress emergency workers are making in their attempt to avert a nuclear meltdown. This is why pressure from the UN watchdog and the United States is mounting on Japan to expand its radiation evacuation zone. At the same time, Japan is now considering a number of plans devised by a newly assembled radiation control team tasked with getting the radiation leaks under control.
Since efforts to cool down the troubled nuclear reactors are obviously far from satisfactory, the authorities have begun serious discussions on different plans to stop the continuous spread of radiation leaking from the crippled plant. Officials from both the Japanese and U.S. governments, as well as nuclear experts and personnel from Japan's Self-Defense Force and the U.S. military, are pitching a battery of ideas. Among them, a resin spraying process that is typically used to prevent dust and sand from being blown off reclaimed land. By spraying sticky resin material on the walls of the plant, the resin would weigh down the radiation particles, thereby minimizing the spread and allowing more repair work to proceed. Another idea pitch will address the highly radioactive water collected in the basements of the turbine buildings, the same tainted water that sent 3 Fukushima employees to the hospital after burning their legs in the radioactive water. The government is considering building temporary facilities or using tankers to store the contaminated water inside the plant. With the seawater hitting record radiation levels 3,355 times the legal limit, coupled with detecting highly toxic plutonium in the soil near the plant, the UN nuclear watchdog suggests Japan widen its evacuation zone. The IAEA wants the evacuation zone expanded to 40 kilometers, while the U.S. believes 80 kilometers would be a safer distance. But Japan insists its 20-kilometer evacuation zone is enough, saying there is no reason to think people's health is at risk until the Japanese government determines as such.
If this situation continues, there can be health risks, so we will take necessary actions depending on the results of these surveys.
With the goal of offering help, French President Nicolas Sarkozy brought nuclear experts with him to Japan today, becoming the first world leader to visit the stricken country since an earthquake-tsunami disaster almost 3 weeks ago. As chairman of the G8 summit, Sarkozy said it is imperative world leaders implement international safety standards for nuclear-generated power.
There is a lack of international safety standard regarding the nuclear reactors, so we should improve this situation.
In the wake of the disaster in Japan, Sarkozy vows that come this May, G20 nuclear power watchdogs will set new global industry standards.